There are no more brakes than Sram and Shimano.
Tektro, Avid, Hope.
What are these brands? None of these brands are in here. Get out of here. Wait, actually Tetra.
What's up guys, I'm Max with Mountain Movement and this is Brady, my mechanic, and we're going to talk to you today about Sram versus Shimano brakes. We'll start off with the models of each brake, and we'll start off with Sram, which Brady will tell you.
The levels of Sram bikes are Level, Guide, G2, and what is it? And Codes.
Codes.
The ones that I ride on my bike.
For Shimano, we got quite a bit. We've got SLX, we've got XT, we've got XTR, we've got Z, Saints, and Dior's. It's off the top of my head. I ride Saint on my bike, and I've also got XTR, so that's my opinion already. So with Shimano's, you're gonna get a real tight feel, so when you hit the lever, it's gonna lock up your brakes almost immediately. It gives a lot of response. They were definitely super popular with people that want to know that they're gonna stop. Most people like brakes to stop.
Sram has a little bit, what they call modulation. Some say spongy, I don't say spongy. As you're gripping the Sram brakes, they kind of, you're kind of slow to a stop, We're not semi-truck drivers here. We want to slowly glide into the stop. When you're driving to a stop sign in a car, you want to slowly ease into it. You don't want to just stop and, jerk forward, maybe over your forks. That's just not something you want to do. As you can see, I'm a little biased. I enjoy Sram just a little bit more.
A big factor in choosing brakes, especially between brands, is ease of installation. Whether you're going to do it yourself or you're going to take it to a great shop that somehow has a name related to a mountain and has an orange mountain logo, I don't know.
Ease of installation, kind of mechanic friendly. If you want to do them yourself or bleed your brakes yourselves, it's probably easier with Shimano. It's a little easier. They really broke it down to make it very simple for you. They kind of have the funnel system, and it's a lot harder to mess up on Shimano brake. Where Sram is just a little bit harder. You probably need to have a little more experience. There's great YouTube videos. We'll probably be producing one at some point. Sram it's a little harder, and if you don't do it right, you can definitely tell. So in my opinion, Shimano, it's a little bit easier, but Sram, it'll probably have a better result for you. Shimano can be a little messy, so you want to avoid your brake pads, you want to avoid touching your brake rotors, and I absolutely hate a squeaky bike.
I got nothing on that. He's the mechanic. I just do a little side stuff. When it boils down to it, most people align with the company that they started mountain biking with. So if somebody's a diehard Shimano, you can ask them what their first bike had, and it's most likely Shimano. That kind of goes the same way for Sram. So I actually did start out on Sram. I love Sram brakes. I run Codes on one of my bike, but my favorite brakes are the Saint brakes, and I really like the XTRs. It's just I like doing a lot of variety, and Shimano is great for me, but I get a lot of testing hours on bikes. So Sram is great for other people. Some will get on them after they've ridden Shimano all their life and they like the modulation. It usually just boils down to trying them out. We have a full demo fleet, so with both Sram and Shimano brakes, so you can get your own opinion without having to listen to ours. And speaking of which, we'll finish up with our opinions, and if you couldn't guess it already, I'm a Shimano guy. They're just better. I mean, I don't have brakes to not stop. I kind of like hitting my brakes and knowing my bike will stop when I actually want it to, not when I'm 15 yards into the woods and like have sticks in my face and stuff like that. Brady really likes crashing and having his brakes lock up, so I don't know.
Can we have a discussion on what the brakes and the bikes I have crashed on had? I think they were Shimano. Weren't they Shimano? Let's think about it for a second.
You've crashed on Shimano, Sram, Magura, Tektro, Avid.
I crashed
Oh,
a
you
lot.
just crashed.
I crashed a lot.
I don't think the brakes have anything to do with your falling skills.
My problem with Shimano is they stop immediately, and from a mechanic's perspective, they're messy. They're messy. On all of my Shimano bikes that I've worked on, I've had some sort of brake pad issue, some sort of, you know, spilling everywhere. I like the syringe system, the kind of funnel system, but they don't make long enough tubes, which I could probably fix, but I'm too lazy. I want convenience when I'm bleeding brakes, and that's what Sram does. You have 2 syringes and you just funnel the fluid through one side and you push it back in. It's that simple. And you know, like I said, we're not driving semi-trucks. You know, we're driving mountain bikes and we want a slow, steady stop. I don't want to be bucked off the fork. And which I've done. I've been bucked off.
Still happens to you many times.
What if someone's behind you and you're riding your bike and you just kind of, you know, yank on your Shimano brakes and you just kind of just stop, and I'm behind you, and that's when I crash.
Okay, so you'd have Sram brakes, and then in the world of car driving, if I'm in front of you and I slam on my brakes and you hit me, you're getting sued. So to sum it up, you're gonna get a pretty heavy opinion one way or another. The more hours you get, the more you're gonna lean to one. In all actuality, both brakes are great. We love both brakes. Feel free to try them both out. We can help you. We can give you our opinions and confidence.
Oh, we're
I'll go
still
downstairs.
rolling. Michael Scott.
Oh, gotta come back up.